Hey everybody, it is Monday, so you know what that means. It is time for Monday Motivation. I hope that you are having a great, exceptional Monday. And today's video is about when you have lost something, for instance, a job, a relationship, how you can actually end up gaining after you lose whatever that special thing is. But before we get into that, I just want to welcome you and just tell you a little bit about myself. If this is the first time that you're joining, welcome. My name is Dr. Phil Blanc, and I'm a physician, but a couple years ago, I became a dad, and I felt pretty clueless being a dad. So I just figured there was maybe a whole lot of other clueless parents out there who maybe we could benefit from each other. Maybe we could learn from each other and go through this thing called parenthood together. And so I just want to share my best practices and tips and tricks that I've learned along the way, and hopefully it will be a blessing to you. So actually before we get into the content, I do want to encourage you, if there's anything that I say that resonates with you, I love those heart emojis or likes. Feel free to click the follow button or subscribe. And if you think that this would be something that someone else would be interested in, please feel free to share as well. That would be amazing. All right, now let's get into it. So when you have lost something, right, you can expect to gain. And an illustration that helps me remember this, that helped me remember it, it happened, I think it was just last week, right? And I have a daughter. She's almost 2 years old. She's a sweet thing, but sometimes we tend to disagree. So one example of that, she has this kitchen set and it comes with these utensils, and my daughter loves to hold on to these utensils like clenched fist kind of thing. And last week, you know, it's one thing if she's holding it, walking around, but she was like running around with this. I think so. She has like multiple utensils. Let's just say it was this particular fork right here. Like this was the culprit, right? And she's running around as her dad. I'm supposed to be the protector, right? And I'm like, nah, we can't. I cannot be taking this girl to the emergency room with a fork in her eyeball, right? No, it's not going down like that. So actually, before I'm gonna leave you on a cliffhanger, I just have to share this live video. So I know I just paused to share this live video to another page, but hold on. I know this is live. I can't be doing this live, right? Oh, I gotta find a better system. All right, oh look, that's me. Okay, I am going to just share to my page. Feel free to friend me over there as well. Share to a page that I manage. Share to on my timeline. Come check me out live right now. Hi. Okay, sorry, that took a while. All right, so let me recap, right? So I love my daughter-in-law. She's almost 2. She got those terrible 2s, but she ain't even 2 yet. And she loves like clenching, like holding on to these plastic toy utensils, such as this one right here. And I'm like, I cannot allow this girl, like she was running around with this thing in her hand. I cannot afford for us to be going to the emergency room with this plastic fork in her eyeball. So what does every good parent do? If I must say so myself, right? I just snatched that bad boy out of her hand. I was like, no, we cannot, allow this, right? And shocker, the girl has pretty much a meltdown. She is not trying to have the fact that her dad just snatched this fork, her beloved fork, out of her hand. So she's having a meltdown, and I'm just like, what's this all about? And my wife is of course sitting right there, and she's like, you can't do that. And it's like, what do you mean I can't do that? She's like, you can't just take something away without giving something back to her. Okay, so to smoothen out that transaction, she's saying like, I can't take away this plastic fork if I have not given my daughter something to kind of make up for that, right? To appease the situation. And it just gave me, that to me was an illustration of times when we lose something, right? It could be a relationship. Maybe you have broken up with someone, so it's like a lost love, or it could be a lost job, or maybe even it is, and this is especially relevant because this is a month that recognizes pregnancy and infant loss. Maybe, as was in our case, maybe it's even a miscarriage, a loss in that sense, but whichever the loss you may be experiencing may be, it's to know, get ready, that you can expect that God is so faithful that he can give you something to make up for that loss after that you've had that loss. And in my life, I have a couple of examples. One's, I actually did lose my job, right? And wouldn't you know, within months, I was employed again. And not only was I employed, I was making tens of thousands of dollars more. And in general, it may have been a better look for my family as a whole. And like I just shared, another loss, maybe one of the more significant losses, was a miscarriage. And what do you know? After a couple of miscarriages, finally we were successful and we were able to have a daughter, and now we call ourselves parents. So, you know, and this is not very far from what we know God to be like, because even in the Bible, there was a man named Job who, I mean, he was like rolling in it. Like, he had so much stuff, and he was being tested, and that stuff was taken away from him. But as the story goes, in the end, he ends up with more than what he actually started, it seems. It seems like he even had more after the loss than before the loss. So it's to just give you encouragement that God can actually make up for your loss. And, you know, it's tricky because me saying this, you know, what if you have lost someone in the sense of someone close to you? In terms of someone passing away. And certainly even in that situation, I mean, that situation, it's not to say you're going to necessarily get that person back in this life. Certainly, though, for those of us who believe in heaven, we do hope to see them again. We hope to get them back in the afterlife. But while we're here on earth, I would say, even if I can't get that person back, let's say, of course, I have lost people who have been close to me, what I can say is that God can restore the nature of that relationship that you have with that person, with someone else. So if that person was your go-to person who was reliable, who you could confide in, who you could share with, and who would just love you and embrace you, I believe that God can bring another person into your life who can also fill those roles. So this is just to encourage you, if you are going through a loss, whether it's the loss of a house or the loss of a job, anything that seems that it's irreplaceable, even though you might not get that same exact thing back, just know that God is able, and he is so faithful that he can, and often he will give you back, and give you back more many times than what you even started. That you don't even need to be crying over spilled milk, because he's going to give you like a huge like ice cream sundae that's like gallons of milk worth or something. I don't know, but I think you get the point. Well, I hope that encourages you. Please like, comment. Even if you're looking at this in the replay, I would love to just see your comments. If there's anything, any situation that you feel that you could use encouragement on, please leave your experiences in the comment section. Have you ever been through a loss and you found that in the end, just around the corner, you gained even more than when you had what you had before the loss? Please feel free to share those experiences as well. We'd love to hear from you. So with that, I hope you have a great Monday. I hope you have an amazing week ahead. May God bless you. And hey, it's okay to be clueless. We can just work on being less clueless together. All right, later. Bye-bye. May the fork, you know what I'm saying, be with you. All right.